everyone, this is MNL2 and welcome back to ThrillVille Review Part 2. This is the second part of the ThrillVille Review series. If you have not seen the first episode, then I recommend checking out the first episode right now. You can go ahead and click the tag in the top right hand corner of the screen right now, or you can click the link in the description to go see it if you haven't already. But basically in this series, we're just taking a look at this massive, old, retro NoLimits 2 amusement park known as ThrillVille, home to some of the deadliest and most catastrophic roller coasters. So if you guys have not seen the first episode, then basically I checked out the POVs of half of the roller coasters here, and I'm gonna go ahead and be checking out the other half of the coasters. So yeah guys, if you're ready to see this monstrosity, then be sure to click the like button and also subscribe, and yeah, let's do this. Alright, so the first coaster we'll be looking at today is known as Apocalypse, and it's a B&M hypercoaster. And let's just say that positive G-forces is going to be a very recurring issue, if I don't say so. So we approach the top here, and you know, everything's just nice and easy and dandy. And then things are going to be going downhill real soon as you approach the bottom of this drop. And it looks nice and smooth and you know, comfortable from a NoLimits 2 standpoint, but if you were to actually ride that, let's just say the blood from your eyes would be in your toes right now. But anyways, this extremely slow turnaround, because why not, will lead you down into more blood-pounding dips, and then the clearance underneath this wood coaster is quite questionable laterally anyways. You could stick your arms out and probably get a whole lot worse than carpal tunnel on your wrists, but then alright, so some interesting elements in that tunnel there, and then we're gonna go. Oh my, look how tight these elements are. Hey, you get some pretty good airtime there. A nice mid-course that does absolutely nothing, we love those. And then interesting low to the ground elements, got a splashdown very close to that. Oh, it's so hard to just commentate these experiences just because of how fast and how, like, just there's so much in these coasters. And this, I should also mention, this coaster's running like 5 trains, but yeah, so that's Apocalypse. Okay, so the next coaster we have here is called Catastrophe, and this coaster is quite literally just that, a catastrophe. So first we start off with this heartline-less hang or stall, whatever, and yeah, so I mean, I don't think that would hurt. It would be some weird, uncomfortable laterals, but basically this is obviously inspired by the Smiler, even though the rest of this park is inspired by Magic Mountain, but whatever. It's a Mobius looped dueling infinity coaster, very similar to the Smiler, but yeah, let's just go ahead and take a look at this thing. It's gonna be quite uncomfortable because, like I said, I didn't know how to use Heartline on any of these elements here. So there's gonna be a lot of laterals that you're gonna pull on this thing, as well as just uncomfortableness overall as you look at these elements. Then we're gonna go into probably the most comfortable thing, this Cobra roll here, and then after that it's just gonna get, oh, you know, probably some good airtime there, some random trims, you know, that's fine. And then, oh gosh, really close to those supports there. And then, okay, so that's not horrible. The brakes kind of slam you very, very hard. Then we go into the second lift hill here, because like I said, it's Mobius. So far, I'm pretty sure a lifeless body is all that's going to remain in these seats. And of course, there we go, we're going back to crashing our roller coasters, so let's just, oh, there it is. Okay, perfect, fine, everything's fine. Woody crashed again. So yeah, let's just go ahead and take a look at the second half of this coaster. Already looking to be a lot worse with that thing, that roll, which leads you to another one, and you literally collide with the support. And then, okay, I guess a cool interactive roll there. That did not look comfortable whatsoever. Airtime. I think by airtime I mean like throw your thighs up into your restraint so that your bones are crushed, but you know. Then we've got this, yes. Yes. Very comfortable indeed. This thing is, this is quite the marvelous, machine we have over here. Honestly, I think I'd much rather just watch this thing, run around and torture people than actually be tortured myself. But yeah, that's Catastrophe. Quite literally catastrophic. Alright, so this next coaster we'll be looking at, it's a B&M invert, and it's called The Escape. I'm not exactly sure what you're escaping from, because by being on this roller coaster, I think the only thing you're really escaping from by being on this roller coaster is life, or happiness, or comfort. So, sure, this is not a very tall coaster. It's inspired by the Batman the Ride clones, but it's sure to do a lot more to your body than the Batman clones will. But here we go, this nice short drop into a vertical loop. So far your body will be intact, so that's good. Then once again, no heart line, so that would probably cause a lot of head banging with laterals. Very uncomfortable looking transition. Of course the B&M hyper crashed again, but that tunnel was quite questionable as well. Then we're going to go into a brake run that's actually going to launch you into a corkscrew, and then Apocalypse is going to crash, perfect. And then we're going into another vertical loop this late in the ride, but then we're going to go to really freaking tight corkscrews, Jesus, oh my gosh. Then a dive loop, which is going to send you into some headbanging laterals on this finale. Yeah, just overall, that coaster is just uncomfortably tight and fast, and oh my gosh, the amount of G-forces. Just look how, just let's take a moment to just look at how tight these inversions are and the speed that it flies through. Like, look, it launches through there, goes through that tiny little inversion, and then another slightly bigger one, but then this tiny little inversion right here, just how fast it's going through it. Oh no. Okay, let's just move on from there, shall we? Alright, so we're looking at our next coaster here, and I think of all the coasters in ThrillVille, this one's the one that's most likely going to kill you. I mean, I'm pretty sure, okay, how about this? At least in today's episode, this one's the one that's most likely to kill you. But the rest of them, okay, I don't think every coaster here would kill you. They'd probably cause some major discomfort. Bull Rider would definitely kill you. But this one is certainly going to kill you as well. So this is Hang Glider. That's the name of this coaster. It's a B&M flyer, and let's just say that your body will look completely different, not in a good way, after riding this. I just love illusion and confusion just rising up in the background, also ready to torture people. But here we go into this non-heartline roll, which is going to send us into an excuse of a pretzel loop, and you'll see right here that this is supposed to be a pretzel loop, but then it's just not. So, yeah, that would be extremely uncomfortable, but then just the rest of this ride, I don't even know if words are worth it. Let's just experience this monstrosity. Oh, there's that epic zero-G roll with no heartline that was mentioned. Look at Apocalypse just stuck over there. Oh my gosh. Alright, interesting place to get stopped on a coaster. Because that's totally how E-stops work. And then, oh! Alright, so yeah, your rib cage would definitely be crushed by your lungs, which would also be just purely crushed. This is just so, it's so jolty and violent, and it's so unnatural. This is like Roller Coaster Tycoon. Jeez. Oh, let me guess. It's gonna go into the mid-course brake run and launch again. Is that what's about to happen? Pretty sure that's what about. Yeah. What's up with me and making mid-course brake runs launch you? I guess that's just my excuse for wanting more momentum. I'm like, oh, you know what? Let's add a mid-course brake run just so I could make the ride longer and more painful and have people regret their life decisions even more. So, yeah, that was Hang Glider. Rip organs. Alright, so interesting thing about this ride is this ride, okay, so it's called Cyclone. It's an intimate impulse, similar to Vertical Velocity at Six Flags Discovery Kingdom. At least that's all it was named when I made this, referenced off of it a long time ago. But yeah, so interesting thing about this coaster is this, I actually imported this into my indoor NoLimits 2 park called Trails of Thrills, but when I imported it, I definitely made adjustments. For example, adding heartline, because if you look at these inversions, there's absolutely no heartline at all. But yeah, so this was actually imported into Trails of Thrills, and I obviously modified it and made it a lot more realistic and safe. But mechanically, it's just the same ride. So yeah, just imagine Flash Vertical Velocity Discovery Kingdom, but just 1,000 times more uncomfortable. Because as you can see here, when we start to launch up into the spike, not only is it extremely tight there, that increase, but there's also no heartline going up. So if you're sitting in one of the back rows, let me just tell you, it's gonna get very unpleasant really fast. So yeah, and then it's just gonna come up here and then go back to the station. But yeah, so this is this, not only would it cause an extreme amount of positive g-forces going back upwards into that vertical spike, but also insane uncomfortable laterals, especially if you're sitting in the back of the train, just because of that backwards vertical spike. But yeah, that's called Cyclone, which is interestingly the same name I gave it in Trails of Thrills. Okay, so I'm pretty sure the name of this ride is a literal foreshadowing of the outcome of this experience, but basically this ride is called Sacrifice, and it's a B&M floorless. It's sort of inspired, it's more inspired by Medusa at Discovery Kingdom, but it's also kind of inspired by Scream. It doesn't even matter, they're the same ride anyways. But yeah, it's a B&M floorless, and it's literally, it's called Sacrifice, and that's exactly what this is going to do. It's going to sacrifice your life to the contriver gods up above. May your soul rest with ThrillVille as we descend down this interesting curved drop. Wouldn't kill you, would be very uncomfortable though. And alright, so far I think every ride starts with just like the first element is fine, but then after that it just goes downhill from there. So okay. I think we need to start inventing some new elements here after that. Oh, finally, a mid-course that doesn't launch you. Let's go. Then we've got these interlocking corkscrews. Not horrible here. I mean, still pretty bad, but not horrible. Wouldn't kill you. Another vertical loop. Interesting. Oh, that inversion, though. Interesting stuff. Oh, yeah, and I forgot. I lost momentum, so I just kind of added a random launch invisible right there before this end Cobra roll. Just because I was like, you know what, that's how the real roller coasters work. And that snap, alright, we're not going to talk about it. We don't need to talk about it. But yeah, I was just like, you know, it doesn't have enough momentum to finish the layout, so let's just pretend it does. You know, who cares about gravity and physics? But yeah, that's Sacrifice. Yeah, great ironic name, you know. Alright, so carrying along here with the B&M trend, the name of this roller coaster is Vulture, and it's a B&M wing coaster, and so we're going to start with this wing over drop coming directly out of the station, and I gotta say, this coaster, I think I did the best job in terms of scenery and terraining, because it has like its own mountain, but that does not mean it's an actual good ride. So this wasn't exactly, I think it was more inspired by the oh jeez, oh my gosh. I think this was more inspired by the coaster at Dollywood, their B&M Flyer. But so far, we just got a lot of collisions with the supports. So many collisions, jeez. So, I can't even tell. In that station, I really couldn't tell which way's up and which way's down. So, honestly, this coaster is just more likely going to kill you by splattering your body against some metal supports. Not much else I can really say about this. I mean, it is very unrealistic. There's going to be a lot of laterals and uncomfortable G's and stuff, especially that right there. And oh my, what was that? Okay, and so yeah, so the cool thing about this coaster, it starts at the top of a mountain, and it has like its own mountain, like all to itself, and then it ends with the lift hill. And then when you get to the top, it does this really screwed up inversion. It wouldn't kill you. It'd be like, it would feel more like a flat ride, honestly. Like let me just show you here. Because of course, when you finish the ride, you gotta end it with a bang. So we're gonna do this nice slow inversion that's gonna make you collide with the supports again at a slow speed this time. And then yeah, so that wouldn't be uncomfortable besides, you know, having your face collide with a 36-inch diameter metal pole, but you know. And then yeah, you'll just continue to this long break run, and you can have a view of all the other blood thefting rides in this park, and then yeah, you can regret your life decisions here. So yeah, that's called Vulture. Alright, so we're down to our last two roller coasters, and fortunately these last two are like basically kiddie coasters. Not so sure about this spinning mouse over here. But at least this coaster right here would probably be the most enjoyable experience in the park, just because it doesn't look like it would, you know, like cause any bodily harm, just like the amount of bodily harm that the rest of these rides can infinitely cause. But yeah, let's go and give this a ride. Alright, so this coaster is called Sidewinder. It's a Gerstlauer bobsled in the form of a little tiny kiddie coaster. And, you know, I think our the trees here are a little too close to the ride, but you know, other than maybe having some branches in your face every now and then, this coaster would actually be enjoyable to ride. So you got this nice turn with these nice airtime hills, you know, great for little kids. Honestly, I think there's going to be more adults on this thing than kids because they're going to be avoiding the rest of the park. But then we got this nice slow, no laterals there, or like no excessive laterals. Maybe some more tree branches just kind of in your face here and there. But then more hills. Got another turn. This one's a little tighter, maybe a little bit more lats, but I guess, you know, that's... Yeah, obviously, lats here aren't going to kill you. But then these brakes, I don't really know why I had them just kind of forcefully stop right there. And then yeah, you'll pull back into the station. And I believe this runs you around a second time. So, you know, let's just go ahead and take a ride in the back row this time, just to kind of see how it is. This is the very back of the train. Let's just go on the left side to change it up a bit. So yeah, let's just take a nice back row ride on this thing. Once again, you know, there's going to be some lats there, but nothing too much. Like, for example, it's probably the same amount of lats you would get on, like, a scrambler. So, you know, it wouldn't hurt. It would just, you know, you'd be like, tossed to the side of the train. Not on this turn. This turn seems to be the more graceful one. But then this third one over here is the one that would probably slam you the hardest. If you take a look, it probably has more momentum. Yeah, like right there, especially in the front of the train. That would definitely slam you a little harder. And then this would probably just kind of, you know, maybe jolt your neck forward a bit. But yeah, that's Sidewinder. It's a kiddie coaster that won't kill you. Yay. Okay, so this coaster is called Crazy Mouse. It is a Zamperla Crazy, or Wild Mouse, whatever you want to say, but it doesn't really matter. So I don't think this coaster would kill you. It would probably make you very sick because of the absurd amount of spinning you could get if you had a very unbalanced vehicle. But, you know, sometimes you won't spin very much on these NoLimits 2 spinning coasters. Sometimes you'll get a lot. So I guess it's really all depending on what the simulator feels like giving you. So, but in terms of the actual ride, I don't think it's too deadly. I know there's some questionable, uncomfortable parts, but here we go into the main first drop here, which is going to send you into a series of turns, hard turns similar to regular Wild Mice. And then, yeah, there's going to be a lot of spinning and a lot of FPS drops as well involved in this, I should warn you guys. So, you know, nothing too bad here. This is all just like, this would be the nice, comfortable, like, regular parts you could experience from a normal Wild Mouse. And then you're going to hit this mid-course, then going to drop down a bit, not too bad, nice and easy. And then another turn, go over here. Probably a little too much speed on that turn right there. But, you know, that's okay. Then this one, once again, maybe a little too much speed there. That would probably be uncomfortable. These, I feel like it's going a little too fast here. All right, we're a little too high up in speed. So this would probably, depending on which way you're rotating, it might be uncomfortable. Might not be. Either that or you might just be getting really sick at this point because of how many direction changes and stuff are going on. But yeah, so it doesn't seem too bad. This definitely in no means would kill you. Random airtime hill at the end, okay. And then we're going to slam to the brakes. So yeah, this would probably just kind of hurt, maybe bruise you up a bit. Wouldn't break any bones, wouldn't rupture any organs, you know, nothing too bad like that. But yeah, that was actually the last coaster. Oh, the restraints come up while we're still spinning, perfect. But yeah, I should say that is actually the last coaster of the entirety of ThrillVille. So yeah, let's just take a nice overview of this thing again. You know, we've got this mess over here, monster, that mess, illusion and confusion. Okay, so I think it's time to give an overall. Let's go with a nice top 10 list. So I'm just gonna improvise this, I guess. So let's see. All right, so at number 10, let's just go with, I think my 10th favorite is let's go with Roar over here. I think Roar is my number 10 at ThrillVille right here. And then at number 9, we're gonna go with you know, let's go with Woody because I don't think it would kill you. It's stuck on the lift hill. Perfect. Okay, great. Number 8. What else here is not deadly? Let's go with Runner. Runner looks like it wouldn't kill you. This is Runner over here. All right, perfect. Number 7. Let's go with Samurai. Yeah, not Ninja. Samurai. The aero suspended coaster. Number 6, let's just go with Crazy Mouse over there because it looks like I'd enjoy it. Might be uncomfortable at some parts, but I really love these spinning mouse coasters. What number was that? I already forgot. Screw it. Let's just go into number 5, whether we're on number 5 or not. Oh no. Let's go with Sidewinder, the other kiddie coaster, for number 5. Number 4 is going to be, you know what, let's just do Woody again. Woody's number 4 again. What even happened? Okay, number 4 is Woody again. It appears twice on this list. Number 3, let's go with let's go with Velocity over here in the corner. Velocity is number 3 because this coaster is actually probably enjoyable, and I think you would really like this ride. So that's number 3. Number 2, let's go with the Enterprise here. I think the second best coaster of all the roller coasters at ThrillVille is the Enterprise, and that leaves us with none other at number 1 than the Observation Deck. This is definitely the best, most intense thrill coaster here. Lots of airtime, not too many laterals, some nice inversions, and it's very scenic. You get a nice view of the park while you're riding it. So yeah, that's gonna go ahead and conclude this epic series known as ThrillVille Review. Thank you guys for watching this super satire inclusive review of a horrible No Limits 2 project that I made several years ago that really shouldn't have existed. And yeah, so thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys later.